Hello and welcome to episode 81 of Speak Free with MattyG. Joining me today is a very special guest. We've got Ziad Soltani in. Mate, you're a cancer survivor. You're an up-and-coming sports photographer. You've been working with some NRL clubs, some exciting stuff going on. But we want to talk about your very inspiring story today. Now, I want you to sort of take me back to... I guess, how old were you when you were diagnosed with cancer?
11 years old.
11. Now, for those listening, most of us, would remember being 11 and sort of the carefree life we all lived then. It wasn't that way for you. What was that moment like? And, talk me through that.
Yeah, it was a very tricky part of my life. I remember it actually happened from dislocating my shoulder, finding out about the tumour. And that caused just... neck pain, and my doctor thought I had a brain bleed. So we got the MRI, and I think 2 days after the MRI, I had just immediate brain surgery. And yeah.
Yeah, wow. So did scans, like you obviously got scans from hurting yourself, and then that showed that, right. So it was brain cancer, brain tumour, right, that you had. Now, with that, I guess it's a lot of people, if you got to compare all cancers, I guess that's the worst, right?
Yeah.
It's not a high survival rate at all. And we see it time and time again how many people, don't make it. With you, sort of, what was the prognosis from early on? Was that what were the doctors telling you at the time?
So it was tricky because it was on the brainstem, which controls every nerve on your brain and stuff. So even though it wasn't cancer, they were treating it like cancer because the position and stuff it was, and Westmead wouldn't touch it. So they were just trying to give me as much hope, but there wasn't much hope at the same time because Westmead doesn't operate on the brainstem. So they were trying to push me onto like radiation and all that, but they said within 2 years you'll be a vegetable. You'll be blind, unable to walk. So my mum and dad didn't want to just get me down that road, and I would just beg them, like, I want to keep playing rugby league and stuff. So yeah, we had to go down other avenues and look for different surgeons and stuff. We're willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, wow. So is the reason they don't operate on it because it's just such high risk?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So obviously with so much nerve endings there and, critical... Yeah, wow, man. That must be... I mean, how do you sort of deal with that at 11? Did it sort of hit home at the time? Were you aware of, I guess, the true weight of it?
Nah, bro. I thought it was... I actually loved, like, all the love I was getting from everyone, but, I had my favourite NRL players reach out to me and be like shout-outs on Instagram and stuff, and when I'd go to school, I'd be the man, like, fundraisers for me, but... No, at the time I didn't think it was a big thing. I just wanted to go back to footy, and I was training every day still. And yeah, I just caught everyone by surprise in the community because I was just that little kid that would run amok down at local footy ground. And yeah.
Yeah, wow. I mean, we will talk about local footy because did you play for Comets, was it?
Yeah, St. Clair Comets.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing club. They fundraised for you, right?
Yeah, I had a few clubs fundraise for me, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So how much did they raise for you? Because I remember when I was speaking with your brother, he was telling me about Comets and sorry about everyone because I was literally reading an ad just before this and I've got a fucking throat in my throat now, so I can't shake this tickle, mate, but I'm trying. Sorry guys for the coughing. But yeah, talk me through how that came about, them fundraising, and how much money did they raise for you?
They raised a fair bit, but it wasn't just St. Clair. It was all the Penrith community. I think even Penrith Panthers fundraised like 20 grand. I had the Windsor Wolves, Minchieberry Jets all do fundraisers, and then it was like my primary school too that had done fundraising, and all the St. Clair primary schools. I broke all the records by like thousands, but yeah, St. Clair done a lot for me. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know they done like heaps. They got NRL players reaching out at the time. Nathan Clear was a rookie, and he was reaching out to me, and now looking back, I'm like, the goat like wished me like a good recovery. So yeah, it's very cool to think.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing I must say about the rugby league community is when it comes to things like this, like you really do see just how great it is. I mean, we've recently seen the outpouring of support and love for Jai Arrow and and obviously what he's going through, but the way the rugby league community comes together to help people is truly inspiring. I think that's what sets it apart from other sports as well.
Yep, definitely.
And and that's not to say AFL doesn't do that too. They do an amazing job. Look at the big freeze every year and things like that. Now we talk about rugby league, but there was also a couple of other people that helped you out early on as well. Two notable people being Cole and Jackie O.
Yes.
From everyone knows Cole and Jackie O show. How did that come about? Tell me that story, because that's pretty cool, and it has a cool a cool follow up story as well.
Yeah. So it was a few of my close family that was just sending the messages to them and stuff, and then they found it somehow, and then they put my GoFundMe on live air, and then it just blew up. I remember waking up and my mum crying, and then next minute I'm live on the air on my phone, and they're like, we want to bring you in. But looking back, it was crazy to think just a little kid running amok and then shouting all my mates out on live air. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, wow. So they heard they obviously saw all the messages and things like that, and they decided to bring you on air. How much money did they raise in?
So I'm pretty sure we were around the 80K mark. And then they bumped it up to maybe 180, 190. They went full on. And then even now, I'll get people walking down Penrith High Street and oh my God, hi. And I was like, do you know them? And then they were me and my partner was like, oh, fucking no. But I got to remember that I carry an image now too. And people, even when we went to the book signing, people will be like, oh my God, I remember him. So that's pretty cool to see 10 years later. Yeah,
well, I suppose mega fans of the show, right?
Yeah.
Remember all these moments, and you're part of that now forever. Obviously the show's ended and whatnot now, and I'm not happy about it. There's no good radio anymore, in my opinion. But to be part of, it was the biggest show ever, right? In Australian radio history. It was, in my opinion, the greatest show ever. So these fans of the show that religiously listen for however many years, 20 odd years, or over 20 years, you are part of that story.
Yeah.
And so much so that Jackie O actually wrote about you in her book.
Yes.
Which was released how many years after you met her originally?
8 years, I believe.
And to stay with her that whole time, and with everything, especially in her life, with everything that happened, for her to write about you, that just shows what sort of impact you had, and that's pretty amazing. Tell me about that. When did you find out she'd written about you in her book?
I didn't read the book, as any teenage boy doesn't really care about books. But my mum did purchase the book from Big W, and then I think it was my brother's partner Sage and her family. They seen me in the book, and I was just like, no, I'm not in the book. And then me and my mum sat down that night and read about it, and we're blown away. And then. But it's not even Kyle. It's not even Jackie. So Kyle checked up on me. Intern Pete would check up on me. They wanted me back on the show, but I don't think I was brave enough to talk about it at the time. But and then Mum's like, we have to go to the book meeting, and we went, and the rest is history, really. Yeah,
they captured a bit of it on there. I saw it on socials and whatnot. And it's funny because when your brother reached out to me, I didn't even make the connection until he was telling me over the phone, and then I was like, wait, I remember that. Because I was at that book signing too. Waited 3.5 hours. Something. The amount of people that were there at Penrith.
It was that Big W, and the line was all at a rebel.
The whole
it was crazy.
It was fucking crazy. For those listening that don't know Penrith very well, the Penrith Plaza is set out basically in one big, upper level and a lower level, but basically a massive row, and then it bends to the left, right? So it's like a big L shape, and the line probably went at least half of the whole shopping
definitely.
center. And it started wrapping back around too. Yep. Hey, they wrapped it back around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I got there, I remember getting there thinking, I'm here early, I'm fucking sweet. And then 3 hours was a good time, because apparently she was there for 6.5 hours or something signing, and she was meant to be there for 2 hours. And that goes to show again what sort of person she is to go, nah, I'm not leaving until everyone's seen me, And what an amazing woman. But that must feel pretty good that you've had such an impact on someone, as well known, as successful as her.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how famous she actually is. It's actually an honor looking back now that brain cancer even made a mention in her story, because it's something that's not spoken about enough. Yeah,
100% agree. Now, with the sort of your journey in that, so you're 11, you're diagnosed. How long until sort of when did how long was the whole path, the whole journey in terms of from being diagnosed to having surgery to now being, cleared of, of the tumor of the cancer and living, free from it? Has that been sort of a journey that's gone on forever now? Or do you still get regular checks and things like that?
I still get regular checks. I had one maybe last week. And that got pushed back to 12 months. So I usually do every 6 months, or like I'm like any other person. I get headaches, and my neurosurgeon just says, you've had such trauma on your head, like 3 brain surgeries and stuff. You're going to get headaches worse than others. My immune system's gone. So I still get sick, not like I don't have issues. I get sick harder than anyone, but yeah, it's just all like a mindset game too. I feel like if I tell myself I'm fine, I think I'll be fine, because my doctor, Gemma Olsen, said I'm going to be an old man, you know what I mean? And I broke down in tears, because that's something I never thought would happen, you know what I mean? Especially like with the survival rates and stuff. And for me to truly be so healthy and so fit and be able to tell my story on a podcast, I'm honestly honored now. Growing up and maturing a bit, I want to spread more awareness for the deadly disease it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an incredible story, man. So what age were you when you first were operated on?
11.
So that was right from the get-go, right?
Yep.
Now, so they said that they wouldn't operate on the brain stem.
Yep.
Where it was, and they offered radiation. You said no to that.
Yep.
How was that journey for your parents then to find an alternative? Talk me through that.
Yeah, it was good, because one of our family members family friend had surgery with Charlie too. But
this is Charlie Teo.
Yeah, Charlie Teo. Yeah, and it was just such a big price tag to do it, and obviously my mum and dad weren't wealthy, and 2016 no one had really 100 grand, so we had to like just think of ideas, and yeah, just somehow we pulled it off. I remember every Wednesday we're down at the Oztag fields. I was still playing Oztag, and just little buckets with my name on it, pray for Ziad, and we're all just fucking around going, this kid's got cancer, and they're like, oh, and we'll all point to me, and I'm like, this is me, and they'll give them more money. So yeah, it's very cool thinking back how we done it, and it was cheeky how we did it too.
Yeah. But the thing is, right, like I think something with especially kids when it comes to cancer, I think everyone can feel that sort of sense of urgency with it, and feel the need to help, because most people have kids. If they don't have kids that age, they have kids just a bit younger, or they've had kids that they remember their kids when they're that age, and they just put themselves in the parents' shoes, and I think that just gives a natural want to help. So, but in saying that, the Penrith community itself and this just Western Sydney as a whole, I think really sticks together with things like this. So it's pretty cool to see sort of that everyone came together for you. Now with Charlie Teo, so you said was it a close family friend or something?
Yes.
Were you aware of who Charlie Teo was
No.
at the time, or were your parents aware of
I think so, but they had to do more digging and stuff. But at Westmead, they were so against Charlie Teo. They got like a bit of a rivalry, I think, because like how risky his surgeries were and the risk he would take. So the hospital were telling my mum and dad, I'm pretty sure, not to go down that avenue. But then they were like, I don't really want to see my son die, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, that actually fucking really angers me, that they would say that.
So they were saying in 1 year, I'd be paralysed from the waist down, and 5 years I'd be dead.
So they were saying that's the best option.
Yep.
That's the best option, rather than go for something to save your life.
And I think my mum and dad hearing that too, they had the shits. Not had the shits, but at the time they were so confused, and they didn't know what to do either. But I think they said that they didn't want to see me turn into a vegetable and stuff. And they said that you wanted to follow your dreams to play NRL, and you wanted to play footy again. And we need to see every option to do that. And somehow I pulled it off, honestly.
Yeah, wow. How old were you when you first met Charlie Teo?
I think I would have been 12, so I would have met him late. No, it was the same year, but it was so I got diagnosed in the July, and I think I met him around October.
Okay, yeah. And was there was there a progression from when you were diagnosed to the moment you met Charlie? Was it worse?
Yeah, so I had a surgery around July 8th, and then around that time my team won the grand final in September, and then I had to have another surgery, I'm pretty sure, and then just to drain the fluid because it started growing rapidly once I touched it. And then somehow 3 months later was training, played Battle of the West at Pepper Stadium at the time, now Penrith. And And then, yeah, we had to go to Charlie because I was just growing like at the speed, like rapid speed, and we were all concerned, and there was nothing we could do really.
Yeah. Fuck, man. That's insane. So that first meeting with Charlie, that was just discussing your options.
Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know, Charlie Teo is a world-renowned brain surgeon, neurosurgeon. He's incredibly talented. He's one of the greatest in the world. Unfortunately, our country really fucked him over, and he lost his practicing license. Oh well, he's right. He can't perform surgeries, right?
In this country. Not in this country.
So he now performs surgeries for people in, I think he is
Beijing
China
or something. Yeah,
Beijing.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
I was recently listening to him on Karl Stefanovic, but I've always thought he was really, really hard done by, and it just made zero sense to me. Because like realistically, I mean, your story is a message to anyone out there that thinks otherwise.
Yeah.
What's better, going for something risky to save your life, where look at you now. I mean, it did, or telling your parents of an 11-year-old that the best they can do is give him 5 years and he's going to be paralyzed and a vegetable within a year, or that's just fucked to me. And I think when you have someone as talented as Charlie Teo, who was a true Australian hero in my eyes,
definitely,
and seeing how he's been treated is just absolutely horrific, and has taken it's cost a lot of lives in this country. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to give a massive thank you to our major sponsor, Against the Odds. Now, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you'll know I only work with people and organisations that I genuinely believe in. And Craig from Against the Odds is exactly that. This is a bloke who's been through more adversity than most of us could imagine. He survived a horrific car accident as a teenager, that not long after was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. Doctors told him the treatment he needed was so risky, they weren't sure he'd survive it. Incredibly, he was the only person in his treatment group who did. That's where the name Against the Odds comes from. Today, Craig has turned that journey into a mission of helping others unlock their potential, improve their mindset, support local charities, and make a real impact in their communities. Whether you're looking for one-on-one mentoring, a motivational speaker for your workplace, school, or event, or you want to take on the incredible 30-day challenge for a cause, Against the Odds is all about personal growth while giving back to those who need it most. If that sounds like something you need right now, book a free 30-minute discovery call with Craig himself. Trust me, this is one conversation that could genuinely change your life. Head to againsttheodds.com.au. That's againsttheodds.com.au, and you'll find all the information there. Now, you were, I guess, I'm not going to say lucky because, no 11-year-old going through what you did is lucky, but lucky in the sense that that hadn't happened to Charlie yet. But in saying that, his surgery was still very expensive, and that what was how long until after that first meeting was then the surgery?
I think like a month and a half turnaround. So they booked me in, and I don't remember if it was you had to fundraise the money first or the date was already booked. But yeah, it was a pretty quick turnaround. Yeah,
and that money was that you were fundraising from the moment they said, this is
definitely,
it. Yeah, far out. And to get it done, man, that's so cool. And was it one surgery? Have you had multiple surgeries?
I've had
through Charlie?
I've had one surgery with Charlie, yeah.
And that was the main one on the stem, right?
I think it was 7 hours, I think.
And that was fully successful.
Yep, successful, yeah.
Wow, that's fucking amazing, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool. What were the risks that he talked about with you, I guess, leading into that surgery? Because the brainstem, obviously, as we discussed, is very risky.
Yep.
And was he pretty much straight up with what could happen if it went wrong?
He was very straight up, but he was also very confident, and he told us the risk at the time too. But like I said before, it was either this or death, really, like in 5 years, and I didn't want to go through that. And at the time, I didn't really see it as like a big deal. As I'm gonna sound like an idiot right now, but I was just such a brave little kid, and all I wanted to do truly was get back onto that footy field and play with my mates. And if I had to do this surgery, that's what my mindset was. If I do this surgery, I get to be back on the footy field, and got the surgery done, and I played footy 3 months later.
You played footy 3 months later? Yeah. Wow.
Versus Isaiah Katoa.
Wow, man. That's fucking unreal. That's actually so cool. Yeah, wow. That's insane. So after that surgery, were you did they basically say, yeah, you're cancer free?
Nah, so we had to wait a bit. I'm pretty sure I was in the hospital for a week, but I had Josh Reynolds, Will Hopewadi, and Steve Turner come see me, and I actually took my first steps with them. So there's some photos of me walking down the hallway with them, and they gave me a watch that I give to my dad every Father's Day. It's just a fucking joke. And then now I can't let that watch go. Like it's like my pride and joy. Like those boys gave it to me. But yeah, like I remember I was training like legit at the St. Clair. I had this big skate park, and I was dropping the 10 like 7 days later. Like I was running amok.
That's unreal, eh? So yeah, were you quite sick before you went in for the surgery? Or
yeah, like I had really bad headaches and stuff, but
yeah,
they didn't feel like they got worse because I've had headaches my whole life. Like not really as bad now since the surgeries, but my whole life I remember complaining about it. But just because I hated school, my parents would just think I'm faking like any other kid would. And then
yeah, wow. So do you reckon was that like a prerequisite to what occurred later on?
Yeah, they reckon it's just saying that always is like a big what if that bump that I had on my shoulder and like hit my head on the ground and got concussed, what if that was what triggered the tumor? But I don't think that was possible because there was a blockage actually in my brain. Okay. So that's what was making me like hit the walls and like be in agony so badly. So it's like we'll never know, but I think like that's the reason.
Yeah, right. Yeah, wow, man. That's that's
crazy to think, eh?
It is an incredible story. Now you mentioned Josh Reynolds and that. You are a Doggies fan.
Love them.
You love your Doggies. Obviously, love my Tigers. Good game there last weekend. We beat you. So happy days.
Controversially.
Yeah, controversially. Anyway, I can't talk at the moment. We just lost 68-0. Fuck. I've got a lot of mates who are Doggies fans. But that must have been pretty special to have players come in from that club, from the club, and give you love.
Yeah, I think that's what got me through it. Honestly, Josh Reynolds didn't really know me as much. Like I would always go to fan gala days and stuff and get my stuff signed. But for him to call my mum and like shout me on Instagram and stuff, like in 2016, that was the best. That's what got me through it. Truly.
Yeah, that's it's so. Like I said, with the rugby league community, man, like it's so special. But especially things like that, I think that's one thing like clubs and players do really well is really get behind those struggling that are fans that are struggling and different supporters and members and that, especially kids. But yeah, that's pretty special. Now you do have a little soft spot for the Tigers, right? So
yeah, definitely do.
Is it because of Josh Reynolds going to the Tigers?
Yeah,
in that sort of the same sort of time period, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I've got about 10 jerseys that are New Zealand too. And I told people when I was younger, I was born in Whakatane because of Benji Marshall. I was a huge Benji fan. I don't know why. I always thought I was Kiwi because of him, and I'd play touch. And when I was younger, I was a bit stocky and I couldn't step for shit. But yeah, I loved Benji. But then when Josh changed to Tigers, 2017-18, I was Tigers through and through.
Yeah, wow. So, I guess when you have that personal connection, right, it just adds so much more. Yeah, Benji is the fucking best.
Him being the coach too can't make me hate the Tigers, but all my family and stuff, like my brother-in-law, he goes for Tigers. So when they versed last week, my niece and nephew were in Tigers, and I had the shits. But yeah,
it was a good game at least. It was a good game. I was fucking nervous.
What are your thoughts on Curran with the charge down on Luai?
Look, the call on field, I agree with, only because it's the current rules. The rule, I don't agree with. They need to change the rule.
Definitely do.
Because to me, like, realistically, like, if they'd not called that, then they're not being consistent. That's one thing they've actually been pretty consistent with. I mean, we saw Mitch Moses went down and had a fucking sook and then got the penalty and things like that. So it happens all the time. I don't agree with it. At least Luai didn't go down and be a bitch about it. So that's one good thing.
Cleary did though.
Yeah.
Did you see him like on the game on the weekend?
Yeah.
He had a sook.
It's how it is. Like now, unfortunately, I just think that's not attacking a kicker. That's not you're attacking the ball. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, what can we not charge down? The ball anymore. Like, how do you do a charge down and not make contact? Slightly with the leg.
I think it hurt even more for us because we clipped him and Luai started chasing too and nearly caught him. So that's why it burnt, and then that 6 points ended up.
Yeah, if anything, it actually helped Luai's chase.
Yeah,
because it turned him around. That's the hardest part. That's the slowest part when someone though has a charge out. Is realizing, fuck, They've got the ball and then fucking having the, mental, reaction time to turn around and chase. So yeah, I do think you were hard done by in terms of I don't think that rule should exist. But I think if we're gonna be consistent with what else has been called this year, it's like whatever.
A few of our boys have been busted up too, so
yeah, fuck it. Speaking of injuries, mate, fuck me, dead. We are struggling right now. Benji called me last night. He said, "Matty, you fucking free this?" I said, "Benji, I want to get on the piss. That fucking like I know, mate. I ain't.
What do you
I'm
reckon you'll play?
Front row, 100%. Front row, mate. Let's go.
You'll get hectic Fred yelling out, "Back fence, Matty."
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm yelling out. Fucking charity match, mate. Nah, it's it's only halfway through the season.
Yeah.
It's still time to turn things around, and we started the year so well. So I think when we get all our stars back, we'll be right. We'll be ready to go.
Do you reckon they'll make the 8?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yes. Yeah. I've had angels visit me and tell me so. I did say I went to the Centre of Excellence the other day, and I said I fucking need to sage this fucking joint because someone has put a fucking curse on this place. And I'm pretty sure it was Tim Sheens when he got sacked in 2012 because we haven't been in the finals since. But yeah, fuck, man. There's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why we're looking so good and then all these injuries come, I just don't understand it. But
I think the one that hurt was Adam Dewey. Definitely.
100%. He's been
He's
our
a
attack.
freak.
In terms of our attacking play, he's 100% the most important player this year. And then obviously defensively, Api Coruscant.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, what
Didn't Twiley go down too?
Yeah, which is
doesn't help at all.
Not defend. Yeah, well, yeah, explains 68-0 scoreline. I think he's averaging around about 59 tackles.
Yeah, he's definitely in his prime now. Hey,
I think his average miss this year is 0.1 because I think he's missed 1 tackle or 2 tackles in 1 game, and that was it. Like his tackle efficiency is fucking
it's crazy,
unreal, unreal. But yeah, huge loss. Should have been playing Origin. Sucks. I'm heartbroken for him to be out for this long, to be honest, because, what a legend. Cult hero.
Definitely.
How do you think Dogs will go?
I reckon we'll miss 8. I reckon we've just lost crucial games that would have chucked us up. But
I actually tipped that at the start of the year and everyone called me crazy. And it looks like I'm Nostradamus, mate.
Like, not talking shit on Gavin or nothing, but like, it's like he needs to work on his craft a bit more.
I also think he's playing out of position. I think he's a 6.
6, yeah.
I think he's a 6. And that's not to say he's not a good player.
Yeah.
He's a really fucking good 5'8".
People don't even realise to be in the NRL, you have to be a gun.
Oh, 100%. And trust me, the only reason I hated him for a bit is because I wanted him to stay so bad, right? Yeah. I think that's like all Tigers fans. If we really admit it, like we all wanted him to stay. And I mean, there's also the fact of like how we left and whatnot. But I'm over that now. We've beat you twice. It's all good. We won the Gallen Cup twice, mate. Back-to-back champs. We do verse you again this year, though. So I'm a bit nervous for a bit of revenge because, fuck.
That'll be good.
Yeah. But no, I honestly, I have nothing against Lachlan Gavin now. And I actually like watching him play.
Yeah.
I like it when he has a really good game for Dogs because I think, he does cop a lot of shit and he's very young. And I just don't think it's really fair. A lot of the shitty cops, I don't think. A lot of the blame gets put on him, and I just don't think it's. I don't think it's
fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
No.
I don't think it's. I'm not saying he's not. Criticism isn't warranted. I think when he has a bad game, all criticism is warranted to players. But I think the amount of abuse and the amount of blame that's been put on him is not equal to sort of the reason you guys are struggling.
Out of poor form, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Serrato can coach. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting back end of the year. I don't think anyone beats Penrith, to be honest.
Nah,
they're on that level.
Yeah.
What about Origin? Who do you think's going to win?
I reckon Blues, honestly.
You think we'll wrap it up in game 2?
Yeah.
I really fucking hope so because I do not want to. I don't want to play another decider in Queensland. I know we won the last one.
Where's the decider at? Suncorp?
Suncorp, yeah.
That would be mad to go to though.
Oh, it would be fun.
Yeah.
It's the one game I regret the most about not going.
Yep.
Is 2024 game 3.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it was a great night. I watched that at the pub and fucking how good New was one. But God, I would have loved to be there. God, that was an amazing game.
Yeah,
an amazing game. Yeah, I think game 2. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of the selections.
I don't know how Molly got dropped. That was a bit rough, but Dylan Lucas is in form, so...
He is informed, but, I mean, if you're going to make any changes, why make it against your best forward of the game one?
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I mean, Laurie fucking Daly, right? But, yeah, I don't think he has the mental fortitude to be an Origin coach, to be honest. I just think it's too questionable. I can understand a controversial call that's like could go either way, like for a selection. Some of them just don't fucking make sense. I mean, Saifidi, first game, he doesn't want to play him. What are you doing? Your props are gassed on the field.
Do you reckon Cleary will go to Origin in 27 when he retires? Or 28, whenever it is?
Ivan Cleary.
Yeah, Ivan Cleary, you reckon?
Yeah.
So I've been seeing that tossed up in the media
I'd
a
like
bit.
to say yes, but I just think, I don't know, there's something about...
I reckon he's done.
With coaching
when his contract's done, I reckon he's gone.
I think you might be right.
I reckon.
I think he'll take on a media role.
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
In saying that, I feel like he also has grander plans.
Yeah.
Because I just think when you're that... I mean, he's the king of Penrith, right?
Definitely.
He's the king of Penrith, the Cleary family, the royal family of Penrith. I say it all the time. I think when you're that successful, I think if you're going to walk away from the game, you're going to walk into being that successful into something else.
Yeah.
I could see him honestly going to New Zealand and being head of New Zealand Rugby League.
You reckon?
Possibly.
Yeah, right.
I could see him maybe being CEO of the NRL one day.
That'd be big.
I think he has the. I think he's smart enough to be.
Yeah,
for sure. I think he understands player welfare better than anyone. Yep. Culture. Definitely where the game needs to go.
Yep.
I would actually. Fuck! You know what? Now that Abdo, I'm tipping it right now. I think he's going to be announced as NRL CEO.
You reckon?
I reckon he is. That's such a huge call. That's my bold as fuck prediction. We'll call that bold as fuck prediction.
You're going to clip this in a few years, eh?
Yeah. I reckon in 2028, I reckon Peter Blanders will be interim CEO for a year after this year, and then Ivan will be fine. What do you reckon? He could be.
Maybe I reckon. I'll jump on that with you.
Maybe that's his grand plan after all. Step away from coaching and
then just run the joint in a few years.
Be leader of the whole game. The whole fucking sport. Yeah. It could be. In saying that, he could take a role like that maybe in England as well. Try and build up Super League. Yeah. Into a dominant force. Nathan could then go join him over there. Be with Mary. I don't know. It's gonna be November 1st is gonna be a very interesting day. Yeah. Very, very interesting day. Bizza probably likely to go PNG.
Yeah, I reckon that's certain.
That Penrith side is gonna look very different in a couple of years.
A few young boys starting, I reckon.
Will that hurt them? Well, losing all the players so far hasn't hurt them at all.
I don't reckon it will.
I think they'll be good for the next 20, to be honest. Fucking please, something happen. I reckon they should get done for peptide use. No, I'm only kidding. They are just that.
We turned into two journos on the podcast.
I've been I know. Once you start footy chat, mate, don't stop. I do want to talk to you about your obviously sports media. You do have an account. Give yourself a plug, mate.
Z Sports Media.
Z Sports Media. Zee. It is, isn't it? Yep. Just to make sure everyone gets that. Anyway, I'll put all your things in the description anyway.
Thank you.
But also quick shout out as well. I don't know where the ad will play, but I'll put it in somewhere. But I want to give a special shout out because I keep forgetting because this is new to me. But this episode is brought to you by Against the Odds. Mad thank you to them for coming on board and sponsoring the potty and sponsoring this episode. So shout out. Go check them out, guys. Quick little ad break. But talk to me about how you got started in that. Was that sort of did you see that as a way to stay connected to your favourite sport, moving forward, without, sort of... Do you still play footy now? No. So that's your, way... Yep. Yeah. I see content creation as the same thing. Hey? Yeah. It's so good, with podcasting and that and going to the games and... Yeah, it's mad. When did you start that?
So I started taking it full on at the start of this year, started my own page and stuff. But before that, I was always looking into the media and always trying to find my niche. I always want to stay in the game, but I felt like I didn't have what it takes to come back and play NRL. And that was honestly a hard pill to swallow. And then just like what you said, it was late nights thinking of how do I stay in the game and can I use my story still? Is it still relevant? And then just merge the two and run a sports media page and tell my story through it and try and inspire kids to honestly follow their dreams. Because I'm just shooting Jersey Flag and New South Wales Cup right now, but I'm having the time of my life, like in the game all the time. It's the best, honestly.
Yeah, that's mad. I mean, and also Jersey Flag and New South Wales Cup. I mean, that's the next. That's the young guns and your reserve grade to the NRL anyway. I mean, you're one step away, brother. You're one step away. It's I completely get what you mean by that's your like way in. I mean, I never had NRL. I guess aspirations. I mean, maybe when I was really young. But I think what it's done is allowed me, I guess, a professional way to support my club, and to do something I really genuinely fucking love that I'm super passionate about, and I see it as a way to earn a living, and that's without actually being, a player or a coach in the game itself. So I think there's so many opportunities. Were you doing photography before you started this, or did you?
I was just stuffing around in in school and stuff, and then I'd pick up the camera, but mostly just through this sports stuff I've been doing it. But my mum actually done it, so my mum was doing it for me when I was playing footy. So it's like trying to live out her dream too. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, that's mad. So she would take photos for you.
Yeah, she would take photos for me and my mates when I was playing. I feel like
there was always one mum from every team.
My mum was so
good at it.
That was my mum.
I remember we had I'm forgetting his name now. Fuck, I wish I remembered it. But his mum would take photos, and then she would always make us like she was really good on Photoshop.
Yep.
So she'd make us like mad like all action shots, but all as like one team shot. And like she'd get it printed and framed for the whole, like, for everyone, like, and out of her own money, out of her own time, like, so mad. So that's cool that you've taken that on, like, from so your mum taught you a lot about photography, did she?
Yeah, she definitely was the biggest influence on me and teaching me everything I know to this day.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. Now, in terms of shooting Jersey Flag and New South Wales Cup, did you get involved? Like, did you get in contact with clubs themselves? Or?
More individual players that want to get to me, but I don't really want to focus. Like, I love my Bulldogs, but to grow my brand, I feel like I have to reach out to different audiences. And then there's the travel, like traveling to Manly from Penrith will be hard at 4 Pines, you know what I mean? So I have to try and choose games that are close to me. But then, like, if I have the opportunity to do Warriors, like a New Zealand team, I'll do that, you know what I mean? So I love going to Belmore. Like, I was at Belmore the other night and I was just like, how am I on this field in the sheds with the boys? But yeah, I'd love to be for the doggies, but right now I'm just like seeing where it gets me, just floating around.
Yeah. And you know what? And you're right. That is the best way to, because like, I guess with mine, I mean, you sort of do niche yourself a little bit to your club. Yeah. That's maybe, it's sort of, it is easier once you get a little bit bigger. You can start to, people take your shit a bit more, they're not as tied to your, I guess, page just because they're a West Tigers supporter or a Bulldogs supporter or whatever. Yep. But yeah, you're right. Like, if you shoot a whole bunch of clubs, like, and there's a whole bunch of players that you form a connection with, and that will only grow you massively. Yep. And they'll share you with, their mates, and, all players have mates at all different clubs, so, that's a perfect opportunity for you to, like, sort of expand and grow yourself within that space. And also, one thing I'll say about the rugby league community is that, like, it's the most supportive fucking community, especially, like, content. Like, whether you're doing photography, whether you're a journalist, whether you're... maybe not journalist on 360. Fuck that.
Definitely not.
But except Brent Reed. He's coming to Leichhardt, so happy days. But or just make, skits videos, or you do a podcast, or you go to games and you just do game day content. Whatever it is, everyone collabs with each other, everyone supports each other, and I tell you what, if you're wanting to get into, like, sports media, mate, you've chosen the best sport to do it for, because the community is awesome. It's so awesome, and once this potty comes out, you'll have a bunch of creators follow you, and just lap up every opportunity, man, because honestly, the world's your oyster. I mean, you've already beaten fucking cancer, for God's sake. You can do anything.
The people I've met on this journey has honestly been the best. Some big names like the Doggies, and then even working for Falcon from 27, they've all just inspired me so much. And when I have questions, I'll hit like Falcon's team up, or I'll just hit anyone up. Sony, Canon, I jump to Sony, but like Yeah, bro. The people I've met, honestly, is what gets me through my dark days. Like, and just trying to make new friends. You know what I mean? Along the way, it's been so fun, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like, I think that's what's really cool about doing something that is so like people focused. You know, as sport is, and that is that, you know, and I say it too. Like my biggest blessing in life is getting to all the new friends I have now. And,
Yeah.
that I've met through doing content, through going to games, through building culture and that, and it'd be the same for you, like meeting, like you said, like, I mean, Canterbury Bulldogs know who the fuck you are now. Like, is that crazy to you? Like,
Yeah.
like you grew up supporting them, you know, like, and now they know who you are, and you know, one day you'll probably be on their media team, or you'll be, you know, just doing independent, but you'll be shooting their games, and you know, and it's just, yeah, I think when you focus really on, and you are such a positive person, I've only met you today and I can just see that, but once you focus on those positives in life and building those sort of connection with people, I think everything feels so much more fulfilling.
Definitely.
You know, it doesn't feel like a job anymore.
Yeah.
It's such a passion, and I think that's how you keep the passion as well, because, you know, it's easy to lose that passion once you know, it becomes more normal, I guess, or more sort of routine. It can become maybe a bit of a chore. But if you just focus on, I guess, the outside positives you're getting from it, not the actual content itself, and not the actual, but you know, the friendships you make with players that you photograph, or you know, or you collab with, you know, other creators, or you know, all that. You know, it makes it like, it makes you feel alive, you know.
Yeah,
so,
honestly.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on and telling your story, brother. Where do you think, we'll leave with this actually, where do you think doggies finish up this year?
I reckon they'll scrape the 8. I'm going to call it now. I reckon they'll scrape it. I know I said before they wouldn't make it, but
you reckon they will now?
I reckon they will. I got to say it, if it's going to be at the end of the video, they're going to make it.
Yeah.
They're making the 8.
They're making the 8. Well, I'm gonna tip Tigers come
9th.
Fuck that. Not again. Fucking hell. I don't know if I can cop another 9th, hey. If you asked me 3 years ago and said we can come 9th, I would have been fucking popping champagne, like fucking winning the premiership. But no, top 8 has to be the goal, so I'm going to go 7th.
Ooh.
So I reckon we'll scrape in maybe 6 if we get maybe a home final. If you asked me fucking, I don't know, 7 weeks ago, I would have said, mate, we're winning the comp.
Minor premiership.
Hey, but you know what? The good thing about being in the top 8 is anyone can win the comp. So
Yeah, literally.
anyone, well, maybe not anyone can beat Penrith on their day, but I don't know.
Only doggies.
Maybe yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. You are the only team. Imagine if doggies go on to fucking, and then they knock off Penrith in the finals.
That would be crazy.
I will actually laugh. I'll laugh so hard. But then I'll get the shits because it's not my team doing it. But thank you very much for coming in, man, and being so open and vulnerable to tell your story. And I hope people that are watching are truly inspired by you. Everyone follow him. Check him out. Also, shout out to Clothing. They actually sent me this hoodie. It is actually the Origin special hoodies, the big back hoodies they just released. So special shout out to them. Thank you very much for sending it, guys. And up the fucking Blues. Let's go. But no, thank you, bro.
Yeah, honestly,
you're
thank
welcome
you so
back
much.
anytime. And yeah, remember, guys, speak free with MattyG.